Hello? Alright, let's get started. First, have each player pick a color and take the corresponding grandstand. Then put the strongman tower where everyone can see it and put each player's tower marker at the lowest level. These meeples here are called rubes and they're put in the center to form what will be called the crowd. Then shuffle the attraction cards and deal 5 attractions to each player face down. Make sure each person looks at their hand and then chooses to keep 3 of those. The other 2 is going to go to the bottom of the deck. Now, as your first time playing, you want to choose 3 different colors if you can. Reshuffle the attraction deck one more time after everyone picked their cards. Next, shuffle the Barker deck and place that face down. Then put the top 3 cards of the Barker deck and put them to the side. These 3, which will make up the Barker's row. Last part is to leave the center empty unless you have the midway mat, which was an extra from Kickstarter. So set up recap. You're picking color with a grandstand. Strongman tower put to the side with everyone's marker on the lowest point. Rubes form the crowd. Give everyone 5 shuffled attraction cards and have them keep 3. Reshuffling the rest into the attraction deck. You also shuffle the Barker deck and put the top 3 to the side. And center is for the midway. Done. Now this game states that whoever most recently performed the most astounding act goes first, and then after that goes clockwise. Okay, it's nice that Barker's Row has really straightforward gameplay. Now the idea of this game is that you're a carnival barker, you know, one of those old school entertainers that get you to buy a ticket to like some kind of event.
Get right up here! Don't be shy!
And you want to attract people or rubes to your show by showing off the best attractions. The goal is to fill your entire grandstand first. So to play Barker's Row, first you must perform this first action, which is moving 1 Barker card to the midway. Now from the 3 Barker cards that we had on Barker's Row, move 1 of them into the midway and put it face up. Then you just replace the empty card in Barker's Row with the next card from Barker's deck. That's the only required action you have to take during your turn. Now your tower markers, you know, I don't even know how I lose game pieces. I flip and swear. I'm so organized and OCD about stuff, and yet somehow I still managed to lose them. So, pretending I had the colorful tower markers that came with the game, we all started with 4. Now if you look at the Barker cards, they show you a certain number, like the Horrors card is worth a value of 2. To score an attraction, you have to have a suit value that equals or exceeds the value of your marker on the Strongman Tower, aka 4 or more, when you start. So each person is constantly moving cards from Barker's Row to the midway, and then replenishing Barker's Row until you can score an attraction when you have a certain suit at or above the value of 4. Now special cases are the wild Barker cards. Obviously, they count as any suit, but some wild cards will have a plus symbol on them. Now all that means is if you move one of these cards to midway, replace the empty slot in Barker's Row as per usual, but then immediately move another card back into the midway, and there's no limit to how many plus cards that can be played into the midway in a single turn. So scoring attraction is one of the 2 optional actions that you can perform any number of times, and you can do it before or after you move the Barker card. If you decide you want to score an attraction on your turn, make sure that you have the value at or above your tower marker, have the same suit like oddities to oddities, and then put the attraction face up in front of your grandstands. Now if your attraction is placed here, it's said to be on stage. And if you really want to get into the theme of the game, the rulebook actually recommends that you shout the Barker cards you're using and the attraction that you're scoring as such. Step right up and see the spine-tingling, terrifying, bone-chilling reanimated man. Or you can just be boring and say, I'm scoring the reanimated man. You choose. Okay, then after that, you discard the Barker cards you used to score the attraction. Move your tower marker up by 1 point unless you reach level 10, and then you just stay there. Add 2 rubes to your grandstand, and then draw a new attraction from the attraction deck. Now the second option action you have access to aside from scoring an attraction is using an attraction power. Now you can use an attraction's power right after you score it, or you can save it for later, again before or after you move the Barker cards. Also you can only use attractions that are on stage because once you use them they go behind your grandstand in the retired actions pile. If a card is affected by an attraction's power, it only affects that attraction during that player's turn. As an example, Blockhead Billy makes all 2 value Barker cards a different suit, but once your turn is over, those cards become the original suit. A couple other things before we take a quick review. If at any time you have 3 attractions of the same suit in your hand, you can choose to reveal your hand, shuffle those attractions back into the deck, and then draw 3 new attractions. Retired attractions and discarded Barker cards are always available for everyone to see and look through, and there's no limit to the amount of onstage attractions you can have at any one time. Okay, recap time. On your turn, you have to move one Barker card to the midway. Before or after that, you can do the following 2 things any number of times. You can score an attraction and or use its power. That's it. Let's do a sample round. Blue goes first and moves the Oddities card to the midway, and it's worth a value of 3. Now next card replenishes Barker's row. Blue can't do anything yet since everyone's tower marker is at 4, and you need 4 or more to start scoring an attraction. Now yellow goes, moves Freaks, which has a value of 3, and Wild replaces the next card. Now back to blue, moves the Wild card to the midway. Oh, and it has a +1. So Oddities replaces the empty Barker's row slot. Then because of the plus symbol that we talked about earlier, blue now moves another card, and now Oddities is at 4, so now it's time to score an attraction. And the steps are conveniently located on the back of each grandstand. So I'm moving Barker cards from the midway to the Barker discard pile. Tower marker goes up by 1, 2 rubes join my grandstands, I draw a new attraction, and now I'm scoring Pharaoh's Tomb. And I'm going to use this power, which causes me to lose 1 rube, but in exchange, I can play 5 cards into the midway from the Barker's deck or from Barker's row. And that's it. First person to fill exactly 13 seats wins immediately. There's no ending round after that. It was a quick, fun little thematic game. I really love the theme. It's super unique. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.